Good morning. Today is Saturday. We're in the Green Mountains. We're going to revisit an area today that I never found my way exactly to the last time. So we're revisiting this. It's about 32 degrees today, which is a little warmer than we had projected. So we're going to bear winter conditions in mind and see what we can accomplish and make an effort to do that. If that doesn't work out completely, there's an area immediately available I haven't checked out before. We'll do that as a plan B should that not work out. That being said, we're going to hit it and see what we get done today, and we'll see in a bit. Okay, we're back. We're on the other side. I didn't get my feet thoroughly soaked, and it wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just don't like the thought of wet feet when the water's as cold as it is, but I led with the most waterproof of the two boots, which I guess is not that bad a strategy going forward. I guess paralleling around this is probably the easiest way to do this. And yeah, so the only fun of the thing is I have to cross two rivers going, or well, two streams going back too. So, but at least then I can put my feet in the car and get the heat going and all that too. So, if that's what we need to do at the time, we'll do that. We're still doing it on a battery. So at this point, we're going to move closer to the applicable water line of the wetland that we're paralleling. And then, because that better navigates, or helps me navigate towards this alleged pond that's in a ways. Not too far, but far enough that I can get a look. I just like to have a decent point of navigation to work with, that being the wetland itself. So, interestingly, no tracks so far of really anything. But that being said, I have the ingress road pretty much to my back, so chances of getting lost in here are not super great unless I did something incredibly stupid or got hurt or something, which with luck would be avoidable because given the time of year, like I originally strategized back in the summer, with all the undergrowth done now, you can see further out and kind of gauge where that damn pond might be, which I'm actually going to parallel this way because it was off that way. The wetland's over here. It's off that way, if I remember by the maps correctly. So long as I have a visual on the wetland, I'm essentially fine. I'm just missing out on the scenery, but we can do that on the way back. I want the pond and points in between for tracking purposes. There was a gentleman the other week who had also said something to the effect of, good luck with all the noise you're making. My response to that was, number one, I don't record the entire effort I make, number one. Number two, as large as this area is, I'm not really being that loud in the grand scheme of things. So, get over it. There looks to be a clearing over here. We're gonna that would be the right angle too. So from here, we're gonna get out in this clearing here, make a mark so I can use that as a way back. That does look like it clears out though. So if the pond's that close, this isn't actually gonna be that hard. The rubbing it in part is that I wasn't that far off before. Let me do this first and make a series of X marks in the snow so when I come back over the course of like 20 or 30 yards, these will be visible and I can use that to my advantage. Not to mention I'm leaving tracks in the snow too, now that I think about it, but that's more or less visible. Let's check the other one. Harder to see than I thought, but we're not really going that far. We're just going over there. So, wetland is over there, and we'll take a look on that at that on the way back. And then we can parallel a decent estimation of the, yeah, that opens up. This might not be as hard as I thought. Making a testimony to good planning that I actually had the wisdom in the summer to wait till the winter. And some might call this fall up here, but yeah, it's snow on the ground, so for me it's winter. Let me just check my tracks. Yeah, I have a foreseeable. Other nice thing about snow too, like I said, you leave tracks so you can backtrack. The way in is the way out, because you're leaving in the leaf litter. It becomes a little bit more, damn it, minus the slippery parts, a little bit more manageable. So let's, yeah, so what I did wrong the last time, just to make sure, I was over that way. I was directly parallel with the wetland. I went that way. Pond looks like it's right here, because it wasn't really that far on the map. And I had gotten to a point last time where I pretty much was second guessing myself distance-wise, because Google's not usually that inaccurate, and if this isn't what I think it is, then we'll see what we do have. I only remember the one. The joy of the grabber bushes. I remember the one pond being the thing over here, but we'll see what this is. And if not, we'll work our way back towards the wetland, which is really just over there. And if we get nothing else done today, we will have a better idea of the off-trail aspect of this particular neighborhood. So, let's see. Let's get to the hill and then see if this is a freaking clearing mirage or not. Because I'm not seeing on a lower level where it is. But we're uphill. I'm going to go there, and then there's a way down there that's kind of like an angle in and angle out. You're still directly parallel to the wetland within 100 yards or so. So I don't think we've overshot the pond, because the thing in the way is actually these damn pines around here. So hopefully it's not too thick. But we'll see. Actually have some water here too, so you have potential for a spring feeding a pond. So let's at least check the possibility of this. If I remember right, the last time I was in here, I was hello. But nothing more, so it's only one thing. Yeah, okay, never mind, no trackway. Stick brake, but that could be anything. Let's briefly head down into this and see where we, or better yet, let's parallel along the higher ground here. We can see what we're, if we actually do have a clearing, or if it's just more pine trees. No, that. So first point, it is winter. It's going to be a, whoops, hold on. That is the pond. Stupid me though, it just dawned on me it's going to be frozen over because of the time of year, but yeah, right downhill. We found our boy. Down here, if you can see, shit, I gotta take, pardon the bumpiness, I'm not trying to, hold on, go like this, nope, like that, yeah, nope, hold on. The camera is not cooperating. That's what I wanted. That is what we're heading towards. Okay. Recenter and then quick stroll downhill. And we'll check out this pond, which was my major goal for the day. It is a sizable pond though, so let's see what we have. We'll give a downward tilt since we are heading, in fact, downhill. This actually wasn't that bad a walk either. It's actually fairly simple down here. So, interesting doing it right on battery now that the camera's behaving too. Oh yeah, this is our boy. Be curious to look and see if there are any signs of hunters down here. Because the only reason I know about this place is because I saw it on the map. Otherwise, it wouldn't be the first time I found a place that locals don't seem to know about. Interesting. But yep, this is our boy. So here we are. And to pan manually. We are going to A, take a break in a minute so I can get some pictures. And then B, because this is a fairly easy walk around this, we're going to take a walk around here, and I think, there you go, that's a better pan because we were at downward mode. If you follow that way, all the way around this, and go that way, eventually you would come out to a junction road. So this is not completely, I mean, it's middle of nowhere because the junction road does go to the middle of nowhere. I've been down that road. It's a dead end in the middle of the Green Mountains, but it does get, this is one of the ways, we're about halfway, a point between one road and another. I don't know what we covered, like maybe a half a mile. I don't know, I wasn't counting, but. So the wood line around this whole area doesn't look bad. So what we're going to do, again, we are going to take a segment break at this point, get some pictures, and then we're going to continue on. And we're back. We've taken some pictures. We're going to work our way around the more level side of the pond. And for the people that wonder, why all the ponds, and why do I go to water sources? Well, if the thing is in fact a flesh and blood creature, it needs to drink, right? So you find a water source, you check the water source for signs of life. It's a sound principle, I think. And to those who want to make the arguments for, I'll be nice and just call it, quote unquote, the woo. That has not been my experience with this. So you're welcome to your opinion, but based on my own, you're not going to hold a lot of ground with me because that's just not what I think this thing is. And spare me the lectures in the comments because I don't really want to hear about it. Basically all we're doing, there may be another clearing over there, which would be a bonus. But we're on this side of the pond now, and we're going to parallel it just for signs of life. Because even at some point, apparently a moose would have to come down here to drink, although it is frozen over. But having not been in this particular stretch of woods before, we're going to have a look, if nothing else. And there does look to be something over there. So I guess we're going for the bonus round once we get to the backside of this pond, because there does look to be something on the other side over there too. Not too far. Unless, of course, this is the pond before the pond. Let's, there's something right on the other side of this. I don't remember it being a double pond though. Maybe this isn't what I think it is. But the distance would suggest that it is, so would the size. So, cool. Whatever that clearing is over there, that is a bonus for me because I was only planning to get this far. And let the rest of the day take the form that it would. But the camera is going on, another bar. We are kind of up against cold weather today, so I have to take that into account with battery life. So I may need to be more conservative. So less filming, more walking. But that's maybe 50 yards. So I gotta remember to bring a power pack of some sort with me where I can, even though this camera does take a while to charge, but one thing at a time. Break that off. Oh yeah, that's right over there. So we're gonna go over here. I'll give you a pan at the end of this log here. And then I'm going to save battery between here and there because I want to get both of these. Because I guess, yeah, cold weather. And this pond isn't really that big, but for those thinking nice fishing spot, I concur. What I was expecting to see in here, unless that over there, hold on the other side actually is the beaver lodge I was expecting. I was going to say I don't see one, which I find surprising because this looks every bit like a beaver pond. So basically going over here, we can backtrack our way. We're not that far in. He says till he gets turned around, but that way looks easier. Okay, we're going to get over here, take a segment break, and then get over there and pop back in when I get to whatever that is. We will be back in a bit. Whoops. Okay, so what we seem to have down here is not another pond, but a large stream. So we're not going to go all the way down. I do want to get a look though. Again, water source being the logic. Let's have a shed if I don't kill myself. So actually what we have is a river. A junction of, if I can get down here and not die, apparently okay, yeah, so what we have, if I can freaking not die again, is over there to like there, and then along here a river stretch, so that links up with, is that, I'm going to parallel over here carefully because this is proven to be a wee bit treacherous. I think that's just the winding stream. And I would look to be, let's see, I'm going to go right over the water here, and then I think I've seen what this basically is. So if I look out here from this vantage point, river that way, or actually let's get further over here, go up and around real quick. Just for a better vantage point. I can't really see it through the, it's not really a pond, it's like a wide part of the river. And I would, God forbid, I can like get to a point where I can show you guys. So down here, I'm not going to go there because that, I don't want to make that ascent again up the sleek part of the hill. So bear with me a sec. Let me get over here. If you can see that, it's a wide part of the river. Widens over here too, but it doesn't really open up into anything. So I am going to, at this point, regain the high ground. I saw, when winter's not a factor, I will probably venture deeper in here and try to figure out what that is. But at this point, I'm going to get up here and see what, if anything, is over to my right. I don't really presume anything is, but I could be wrong. If not, I'll return to the pond. But nice thing is, since I can see the pond, I'm not really that far away from my system of returning. And I don't really see anything poking through. Let me get over to a more open area now. I've hit a hilly patch, but what I'm going to guess based on my observation coming in addition to what that is over there, anything you're going to run into is going to be a branch of the river. Which, again, in the summer when you have light conditions better and less time constraints on that. I didn't really do that this year, but a couple times in a row, years before, I did actually do a river-based expedition where I followed the river for a bit. And that takes you into some interesting places, some nearby, some not. Just a matter how to best do that, but in the summer the water's not freezing, so, well, it's not as freezing. Mountain water's pretty much cold all year round, but now that the sun is coming up, we're getting into the upper 30s, lower 40s, and temp isn't that bad now. I've taken my gloves off because I don't really need them now. I'm going to get up here, check my battery content again, and take a segment and a breather. So we'll be back again in a few. Bear with me. Okay, we're back. We're kind of like halfway to the first river crossing. I can hear the water running, so we know we're in the right direction. That's easy enough for navigation. Probably right, branch in the face, right down this hill here. And we'll go there. Then it's, as evidence, as I've picked up my my trackway again. So I'm going to follow that, and that'll lead me back. So I did find tracks, my own, and we will make our way to the river, and at least in the direction we came in, it wasn't too bad. Let's get to the water line, then we can figure out the best way. So while I parallel my way down to the river, I'm gonna, again, I'm still on 2 bars of battery, so rather than use it all up, I'm going to kind of be in and out as stuff with that goes. The river is basically right over there, so I'm gonna coordinate my jump. We may pick up on the other side and we'll take things from there. We'll be back again in a little bit. Okay, at the beginning of the video I had mentioned an area I hadn't been in yet. There's like a semi-obvious trail lit that takes you in here. So I preface this by saying this may well go nowhere, but I'm going to take this up the hill a little bit. I haven't seen any obvious tracks of anything, but from the road it looked like a trail, so we're going to follow this a little bit, see where we end up. This is a random exploration, mind you. But over the hill there may be a clearing, so see what we find over here, if only to expand our knowledge of the overall neighborhood. Maybe nothing. Here's an overly friendly stick, tries to stick to me. See what I did with that? We'll go over to the side of that hill, and then let me actually get to the open more clearly where I can better illustrate this. We're going to go basically that way to see if there's anything over there. And then up the hill a ways to see what's over the hill. If nothing, then there's nothing. But as much as you venture, you sometimes gain or don't. So we're gonna, and immediately to my left, it looks like a minor little valley thing. So what we're gonna do is go up to the top of the hill, see if this opens up to anything. If it's just more woods, then we're wandering into the middle of nowhere, which we already did this morning. And so, interestingly enough, going through that whole stretch, I didn't see a single track of anything, which is interesting. Which, if this is fresh snow, if I remember by way of the weather app, the forecast up here was basically snow yesterday, so it is probably 24 hours old at the most. You might not have any of that. I don't think this is going to open up in anything, but I'm still going to go look. Easy enough in and out ingress to see if there's anything here of noting. But, okay, I take that back. An actual deer track. Good enough. So, we're at the top. I'm going to go to that tree over there. If there is anything opening up over there, which looks 50-50, we'll be able to potentially see. If it's just more woods, then there's not really much point, but it's not a long walk, so knowledge being power and all that. We are still on 2 bars. So here's where I kind of do myself in. I'm going to go to this tree over here. When I said I was going to go to the other tree, and I'm still not seeing any break in the tree line, so I'll double check this on the maps when I get home, but it looks like this is going to be a bust. I'm going to go to that stump though, right here, and if I don't see anything breaking through there, then yeah, we'll call it a bust. And the verdict is thick, solid wall of trees, and a bust is what it is. We walked into this basically, and we can follow me back, and I think that will lead us to lunch. Ow. And I'm going to follow my tracks back only because I didn't do this in a straight line. I don't want to waste time getting misjudging stuff. So I definitely did not do this in a straight line. So I'm going to get out to this clearing, and I'm going to call it here. Wrap up of the day, we intended to get into a pond we didn't get into last year, or well, July, not last year. Due to the nature of the undergrowth, I correctly predicted that in November, like now, all that undergrowth would be mostly gone, making navigation that much easier, which it was. And we made it there. We have that on record now. If you go over the hill from there, there's a junction in the river, which, when weather is warmer, I will further explore which way that goes in multiple directions, because it looks like you can go and parallel that. Today, due to daylight constraints and getting lost potential and the like. We're not going to do that yet. I would like to have a look at that on the map and see where that goes directionally. But beyond that, we're going to call it here. If you like what you saw today, please like and subscribe. And thanks again for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. And to the guy who said I'm too loud in the woods, bear in mind again, I was in and out today, so I wasn't loud the whole time. Again, thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.